Hi, and welcome to video 28 about emotional regulation, the emotion of love. As we saw in the previous videos, emotions and feelings come up after we are pulled out of our IPS, the internal peace state, when we are triggered by something that arouses us, positively or negatively. And when this trigger resonates with some memory of the past, it automatically and immediately sets in motion a thought. A thought like, for example, you see again, I get the confirmation that I am not good enough. And this thought sets in motion a feeling or emotion. If it's a negative thought, it's a negative feeling or emotion, and if it is a positive thought, it's a positive feeling or positive emotion. Both immediately lead to a response, action, or behavior. Immediately, because this was also part of our programming and conditioning when the trigger responds to something from the past, and we have had experiences with this trigger, so therefore we have a program in our energy to respond immediately, swiftly and automatically, and some things feel as if they are deadly or dead threatening, and we respond with anger, running away, or hiding in numbness. And we can roughly divide people into two groups. Let's see which group you belong to. The first one, the group of people that are, as we call it, emotionally defined. When their emotions are triggered, they tend to respond to their emotions immediately as if stung by a bee. They immediately give in to the emotion without considering it rationally or patiently first. Their emotions are aroused immediately, and their behavior response is also immediate. This makes people, for instance, very impulsive in deciding or buying, but also in making other important decisions immediately without letting the wave of emotion calm down first, which may lead to regret afterward when the emotional wave has calmed down. As an emotional person, you have 100% certainty you really know that there is no truth in the now in that. Because an emotional being can never be absolutely clear. That's why time to let the emotional wave calm down is an essential ally for the emotional being. Emotional waves move through mood swings. It is a wave that moves from high to low and vice versa without ever really stopping this movement. So, for emotional beings, being emotional is the most natural thing in the world. But how they make their decisions will define whether their emotional life will bring them what is correct for them. And all of this has to do with having patience. Some situations do not require much time to get clarity, and some situations, like more important decisions in life, need a little bit more time to form a decision when the emotional wave has calmed down a bit. So if you are an emotional being, delaying your decisions and waiting for the emotional wave to calm down is essential before making a decision or forming an opinion or judgment about anything, especially when it is affecting an important area of your life. Then we have the emotionally undefined people, the other half. These people do not really have emotions by themselves. This does not mean they don't experience emotions, maybe even more than the emotionally defined people. The fact is, the emotions they experience are mainly emotions from other people, from their environment, and even from the universe, like during a full moon period. They are hypersensitive in picking up emotions from other people. And the problem is, because they don't have these emotions themselves, they don't have a clue what to do with these emotions affecting them. And since they really don't have a clue what to do with these emotions, they tend to avoid them. They do everything, like pleasing, to avoid an arousal of emotions of people surrounding them. They are the peacekeepers, the pleasers, doing everything to avoid an awkward situation for themselves by avoiding confrontation with other people's emotions. The problem is, as we like to say, avoiding confrontations leads to frustrations. You can keep the peace, you can keep your mouth shut and apply the let go strategy, but this does not mean someone's emotions or behavior did not affect you, did not hurt you or annoy you. You don't speak up for yourself and you store the pressure inside your body. Like in a volcano, pressure builds up until someone or something, often a dear one, triggers a tiny bit of frustration inside you and your whole volcano erupts and the other person gets the full shitload of build-up pressure inside your volcano. Solution? Observe, not absorb. Meaning, non-emotionally defined people have the tendency to absorb other people's emotions and make them theirs. Because they become theirs and feel awkward, they will try to be or do something, anything, to get rid of them as soon as possible. Like taking over responsibility for somebody else's happiness by taking over tasks and duties or supporting them to an extent they hand over the whole job into your hands, making you responsible for their solution or even happiness. That's absorbing, which can bring a lot of pressure and stress on you. Observing is the solution. Observe the other person's emotional ways without feeling responsible or feeling the urge to calm them down. Just observe and wait until the wave calms down. Be there. Listen, but don't act. Observe what the other person's emotions do with your emotions inside. And when they calm down, you can give your opinion or make them clear what you need in this situation. And don't be afraid to arouse someone's emotions. They are not your emotions, and they are certainly not your responsibility to solve them or to calm them down. See you back in the next video. For now, have a nice day. I salute you. Bye.